Live from the IRC television studios on the SUNY Oneonta campus, this is Oneonta News Now. I'm Joanna Weidenhammer.
And I'm Barbara Prempe.
Before we start the news, meteorologist Matthew Miles joins us with a look at the Oneonta weather cam.
Thanks, Joanna. So we've had a bit of a warm-up the last couple days. I'll let you know how long that's going to last after the break. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Matthew. Coming up next, we have your campus news. Stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
In campus news, SUNY Oneonta will begin offering a new program within its Health and Fitness Department starting in the fall of 2017. The Bachelor of Science in Sports Management combines classes in its core discipline of Business Management, Communications, and Psychology coursework. Classes in these areas will provide students with the fundamental knowledge and skills pertaining to organizations within the sports industry. The Sports Management minor had become extremely popular in the recent years, and demands for the minor skyrocketed in 2014 to 2015. Requests for enrollment exceeded the capacity of nearly every class section. The college responded to the raise in enrollment by surveying students to gauge their interests in a full-fledged sports management major. 97% of students polled in introduction to sports management classes said they would take more course in the discipline. Enrolled students can declare sports management as their major.
Students participated in many eco-friendly events last week to mark Green Dragon Week here at SUNY Oneonta. Green Dragon Week started 7 years ago to promote environmental causes and creating a campus-wide culture of sustainability. A hike to the SUNY Oneonta's campsite, College Camp, kicked off this fun-filled week. Presentations were held in Hunt Union Tuesday to Thursday to educate students on the various areas of sustainability. Guest speakers included Winnoa Haunter, author of Food Poly. Dr. Eben Gustine outlined the many sustainability careers offered to graduates, and Louis Alstad, a former fuel executive, spoke on behalf of moving away from fossil fuels. On Friday, Green Dragon Week came to a close in the Schumacher Quad with an Earth Day Club Expo. All events were geared towards helping students see sustainability as a long-term commitment.
Ready or not, seniors, graduation is approaching. Seniors' graduation destination will be Grad HQ, located in the International Lounge of Hunt Union. In the week leading up to commencement, Grad HQ will be a place to celebrate what's ahead and take care of all your graduation-related items in one convenient place. Seniors can visit Grad HQ Monday through Friday to pick up commencement tickets, along with your cap and gown. Students can also place their class ring and yearbook orders. Students will also be able to contribute just $20.17 to the senior class gift to receive cords. To celebrate this milestone, Grad HQ will be providing free giveaways and food. Seniors will also be able to pose in front of a SUNY Oneonta photo screen with Red Dragon-inspired props. Make sure to stop by to celebrate graduation and check off your graduation to-do list.
Thanks, Joanna. We have your local entertainment news when we come back. Stay tuned to Oneonta News Now.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And we're back with your local entertainment news update with Samantha Johnson. What's going on this week on campus, Samantha?
Well, our finance club is prepping its members for the future, but the Red Dragon Theater is playing one of my favorite movies this week. So let's take a closer look at what's going on in Oneonta. SUNY Oneonta's theater department and the Mask and Hammer Theater Club will be performing Peter and the Starcatcher by Rick Elise. This thrilling adventure begins when a young orphan and his mates are shipped off from England to a distant island ruled by an evil king. The play will be directed by John McCaslin Doyle and performed in the Goodrich Theater located in the Fine Arts Building. Performances will take place Wednesday through Friday at 8 p.m. and on Saturday at 2 p.m. Tickets are free with a student ID and $10 for general admission. The Finance Club will be hosting a Wall Street Survivor portfolio event on Wednesday at 3 p.m. At the event, members will discuss various trading strategies and techniques they have used. The winner with the best strategy and overall portfolio return will be awarded a gift card. This event was created in order to motivate club members to learn more about the markets and utilize skills learned in class in their own portfolio decisions. It will also be used to open up financial services career interests among members. The Red Dragon Theater will be screening the film The Fault in Our Stars this weekend. The film is based upon the #1 best-selling novel by John Green. The two main characters, Hazel and Gus, share a sharp wit, a disdain for the conventional, and a love that sweeps them on an unforgettable journey. Their relationship is all the more astounding given that they met and fell in love at a cancer support group meeting. The film explores the comical, exhilarating, and tragic business of being alive and in love. The Fault in Our Stars will be playing Friday through Sunday at 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. with a special screening on Sunday at 1 p.m. Tickets are free for SUNY Oneonta students and $3 for all others. The Student Athletic Advisory Committee will be hosting an event in order to raise awareness for relationship violence. The committee would like to assist the One Love Foundation in honoring Yardley Love, a college student at the University of Virginia who lost her life to relationship violence. She was found unresponsive in her Charlottesville apartment back in 2010. Participants are open to walk, run, and take part in field activities such as bubble soccer. You can join a team and compete with other organizations or participate individually. Yards for Yardley will take place on Thursday starting at 9 a.m. All are welcome to attend. For one last time, I'm Samantha Johnson. Back to you, ladies.
I think it's a great event, a fun event to bring awareness to domestic violence.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming up, we have your local news. Stay tuned to ONN.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence. On lève bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou, ton
You didn't give up on sex? Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
In local news, a Pennsylvania woman was killed on Route 20 in Richfield after her car drifted into the westbound lane and struck another car. 47-year-old Jeanette Gilbo was driving a 2005 Nissan Murano as an escort vehicle for an oversized load when she drifted into the westbound lane. Gilbo struck a 2016 Chevrolet Silverado driven by John Templin. The accident occurred at approximately 10 a.m. New York State Police at Richfield Springs responded to an Otsego County 911 call of a two-car crash on State Route 20. Jeanette Gilbo was pronounced dead at the scene by the Otsego County coroner. Templin was transported by ambulance to Bassett Medical Center where he was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. New York State Police at Richfield are still investigating the accident.
A popular Oneonta restaurant was destroyed by fire this past Saturday. Christopher's Restaurant, a staple of Oneonta Southside for many years, burned down around 2:20 a.m. Firefighters arrived on the scene shortly after. 14 fire departments were called to tame this fire. According to reports, it took 2.5 hours to get the flames under control. Thankfully, no one was at the restaurant at the time of the fire. The owners of the restaurants were out of town and no neighboring properties suffered any damage. New York State fire investigators are looking into the cause.
8 small businesses in the city of Oneonta will receive state grants from the New York State Office of Community Renewal. These small business grants will provide business owners with $175,000 in state funding. City officials say the businesses awarded funding are both new and existing enterprises. Funding decisions were made by a review committee consisting of members of the local business community. Grants will help support and create jobs for low and moderate income persons.
The Building Healthy Families program invites pregnant women, expecting fathers, new parents, and caregivers of young children to a community baby shower, sponsored by Opportunities for Otsego. The 5th annual baby shower will be taking place at the Fox Care Center in Oneonta. Attendees will have the opportunity to meet with early childhood professionals, community service organizations, and vendors to gain valuable information about pregnancy, birth, breastfeeding, fatherhood, babies, and more. Siblings are encouraged to bring their favorite stuffed animal for bear checkups at the Teddy Bear Clinic. There will also be free infant CPR mini classes, prenatal dental screenings, health and safety presentations, and baby-themed games.
What brings rival colleges and residents of the Oneonta community together? None other than SUNY Oneonta and Hartwick College's annual O-Fest. This event is one of Oneonta's biggest social gatherings of the year. The 12th annual O-Fest started off on the main street of Oneonta with a street fair from 1 to 5 p.m. The O-Fest street fair had inflatable rides, arts and crafts, vendors, carnival food, and sidewalk sales. Later in the evening, the O-Fest concert began at 6 p.m. in the Neowa Park. The concert's opening act was Throwback Time Machine and was headlined by none other than Jesse McCartney. Millennials cheered and sang along with McCartney as he rocked the stage with his hits including Beautiful Soul, Leavin', Body Language, and many more. With the 2017 O-Fest in the books, it's time to start thinking of acts for next year's concert. This was a really great concert. I went and Jesse McCartney did a great job performing.
He really did.
Yeah.
When we come back, Matthew Miles will take a look at your 5-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. Let's find out what the weather has in store for us this week with our meteorologist, Matthew Miles.
Thanks, Joanna. Well, we've had a bit of a warm-up today compared to this past weekend with Jesse McCartney. We were looking at some cooler temperatures as that low pressure system shifted in. But as for today, we had about 76 degrees as a high with sunny skies. Our pressure was at 30.06 inches. Then we had our wind speed at about 7 miles per hour. And it's always nice in Oneonta when you have no precipitation. So that wind felt good for a rather warm day for this time of the year. As we get into tonight, though, we're looking at about 45 degrees with cloudy skies. So as the night progresses, we're going to see a bit of a cloud buildup for the front that will be coming in tomorrow. But there is no chance of precip for tonight. It's looking more for the early morning with the wind speed from the west at 7 miles per hour. As for tomorrow, we're looking at about a high of 50 degrees. It's not the same as 76 degrees today, so it's not going to be the greatest of weather, especially when we're getting a chance of rain. About a 60% chance to start the morning. You'll see a bit of a progression during the afternoon, and it's going to start to dwindle down as we get towards the evening. And we have a wind speed of about 10 miles per hour, with wind gusts at times between 13 to 15 miles per hour. So a bit of a nasty day to start for tomorrow. As for the highs for tomorrow, 50 in Oneonta, 52 in Albany. We get the Saranac Lake, it's usually cooler, 50 up there. Then we get out to Buffalo. You see the bit of the warm up there in Buffalo at 61. That's because they were experiencing some late showers today. They're getting the warm front that will soon be coming later into the week. As for tomorrow night, we're looking at 46 degrees as a low, so a little bit warmer than tonight. Then we got our rain showers, about 65% chance of rain. It's more scattered based, so it's a hit or miss depending on the night. And then our wind speed is at 8 miles per hour. As for our 5-day outlook, Wednesday we're looking at 67. Thursday 75, a nice warm up with a chance of a thunderstorm or two on Thursday due to your humidity. Friday we got a mix of sun and the chance of a storm. And then Saturday, we're getting that cloudy before progressing to Sunday at around a rainy but 76 degrees. I just like to give a shout out to my mom, my family, and all my friends, and especially my girlfriend for all their support. Now let's check in with Yvonne Bennett outside of our studio to get our real field weather for this evening.
It was a beautiful day out in Oneonta today. I saw students out in their shorts and their tank tops and really enjoying the weather. But temperatures are still in the 70s, 72 degrees to be exact, and we're under partly cloudy skies. As we get into tonight, we will see those clouds really start to build in and move over our area, and low temperatures will fall into the mid-40s. And then tomorrow, we will see that cloud and those shower chances moving into our forecast. My name's Yvonne Bennett, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Yvonne. Authorities are on a massive manhunt for a suspect who who police say shot a Cleveland retiree collecting aluminum cans and then posted a video of the random killing on his Facebook page. The suspect's phone was last tracked in Pennsylvania. Steve Stevens has been identified as the main suspect in this case for the murder of Robert Goodwin, a 74-year-old former foundry worker. Steve Stevens, who is a 37-year-old job counselor for teens and young adults, stated in the Facebook video he has killed a number of victims. This frivolous act left the Goodwin family grieving a gruesome death. Cleveland police first made contact with the suspect after the incident but have lost contact since then.
The son of woman believed to be the oldest person in the world has died at their home in Jamaica at the ripe old age of 97 years old. Family caretaker Elaine McGrowder says Harold Fairweather had recently been ill but started to recover. McGrowder says Fairweather woke up this morning feeling dizzy and his condition deteriorated from there. He died early Wednesday morning. Speaking about Fairweather, McGrowder said, quote, "He had been unwell for some time, but we didn't expect him to go like this. He was a beautiful man," unquote. Fairweather lived with his 117-year-old mother, Violet Brown, in the rural northwestern Jamaican community of Duanevale. Brown was recently determined by the Gerontology Research Group to be the oldest person in the world with a credible birth certificate. The family caretaker said that Fairweather was born and raised in Duanevale, but had spent much of his life in Britain before returning home to Jamaica.
4 teenagers were found violently murdered by a butchering gang known as MS-13 in a Long Island park. The victims, who have now been identified as Justin Lucura, cousins Michael Banhas, and Jefferson Villalobos and Jorge Tigra. MS-13 have been known for terrorizing the community and specifically targeting recent immigrants. The victims' bodies were discovered in a wooded area by a soccer field inside Central Islip Recreation Village. The bodies were barely recognizable and dismembered by machetes. Relatives believe that the victims were lured and attacked. The victims' families also believe there is a 5th victim who escaped the attack. He would be perhaps the most vital part of the investigation. A $25,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to arrest.
2 eye surgeons have restored eyesight to more than 150,000 patients in 24 countries. Dr. Sanduk Ruit, a Nepalese eye surgeon, met Dr. Geoff Tabin, an American eye surgeon and world-renowned mountain climber. Together, the 2 surgeons created Himalayan Cataract Project. Their mission is to completely eradicate preventable and curable blindness in the developing world. Dr. Tabin feels rewarded when he sees the reaction of his patients, stating, quote, "I still get such a thrill when people don't expect or realize they're going to have their sight restored. There is a transformation when they see, and then a sort of a moment of hesitation, then the smile," unquote. The surgeons perfected a small incision cataract surgery, which takes just minutes and costs about $20. Their focus was originally in the Himalayas, but they have been so successful, they renamed their group CureBlindness.org. And as Dr. Tabin points out, they're doing more than restoring sight. They are expanding patients' life expectancy and their quality of life.
Thanks, Joanna. Stay tuned to ONN for your weekly sports update with Austin Titelbaum.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to Oneonta News Now. Austin, what's new in sports this week?
Everybody's looking good. Our Red Dragons are looking good. My Yankees are looking good. Even the Mets are looking good. But as always, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to sports, so let's get right to it. The New York Yankees are the hottest team in baseball. Monday night, they beat the Chicago White Sox 7-4 for their 8th consecutive win. This is the longest winning streak by any team in baseball this season. No other club has won more than 5 games in a row, and New York's longest winning streak since a 10-game run in June of 2012. Thanks to the winning streak, the Yankees currently boast a plus 23 run differential, the best in baseball. They rank second among all teams in runs scored per game and 4th in runs allowed per game. So the Yankees are playing pretty well in both phases. This 8-game winning streak has had a real impact on their postseason chances. The only time the Yankees have done this well in the beginning of the season was in the years 1998 and 2000. And what did all those teams do? They won it all. one of the best and most talented all-around baseball players, has tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Major League Baseball announced Pittsburgh Pirates center fielder Starling Marte was suspended 80 games testing positive for Naradolone, a PED on the banned substance list. The suspension begins immediately. Marte issued the following statement Tuesday afternoon after the suspension was announced. Quote, "I've been informed that I have tested positive in one of the tests that are regularly done in my job. In this very difficult moment, I apologize to my family, the Pittsburgh Pirates, my teammates, my fans, and baseball in general," unquote. 20-year-old Marte has been off to a slow start this season, hitting a .241 with 2 home runs in 13 games. He was a first-time All-Star in 2016 thanks to a .311 batting average with 34 doubles, 9 home runs, and 47 stolen bases. Add in his Gold Glove defense, and you get a player who has been worth roughly 5 WAR in each of the past 3 seasons. Naradolone can promote muscle growth and bone density, increase appetite, and improve red blood cells production. It is an old-school steroid that's been used in athletes since the 1960s. It has been banned in the Olympics since 1974. In Red Dragon sports, the SUNY Oneonta baseball team split its doubleheader today, taking Game 2 8-1 and dropping the first game 5-2. The Red Dragons are now 11, 13, and 3-8 in the SUNYAC. Sophomore Thomas Bond pitched lights out for Oneonta in the second game, pitching 9 innings, not allowing any earned runs and only 3 hits. Bond improved to 4-2 on the second and dropped his ERA to 3.76 in the first game. Mullins went 2-3 with a walk and a run scored. Gelso went 1-2 with a walk and a run scored. The SUNY Oneonta softball team celebrated Senior Day with a doubleheader sweep of visiting SUNY Geneseo today on the Red Dragon softball field. All 6 seniors played a role in the victories that raised Oneonta's overall record to 19-7 and 7-5 in the SUNYAC. The Red Dragons got a pair of solid pitching performances by the senior duo of Sabrina DeAngelis and Amanda Graziano, combining to strike out 7 Geneseo batters today. DeAngelis picked up her 8th win in Game 1, while Graziano scored her 7th win of the season in Game 2. Oneonta will be at Ithaca on Tuesday to play its rescheduled doubleheader with the Bombers. First pitch is scheduled for 3 p.m. That's it for your final sports update for Oneonta News Now. I'm Austin Teitelbaum. See you next semester.
Thanks, Austin. Join us again next time for your up-to-date news, sports, weather, and more. I'm Barbara Prempe.
And I'm Joanna Weinhammer. This is Oneonta News Now. Have a great night.